5 new metal songs to check out this week. Quick disclaimer, because of the labyrinth of copyright issues on YouTube, we can't play snippets from all the bands in this video, but there is a link to every song in the description so you can check them out in full. First up, if you missed this, you probably didn't, but wanted to give these guys a mention anyway because we love them here at Primordial Radio. Bloodywood, they are back with a brand new single, New Delhi. Recently announced a whole bunch of dates across the UK and Europe as well, and signed to Fearless Records, so there's been no official news on a new album as of just yet, but given they've signed to a new label, it would seem that a new album will be in the works and will be with us soon. If there's anything to go by, yeah, it looks like Bloodywood are going to be smashing it all over again. Up next, a band from the UK that's been doing a whole bunch of cool things in the last year or so. Highlight being that they played at Download Festival last year and have just been really building up that buzz around the band. Mallavora. Now, I think what's quite cool and quite nice about this band is that in the era of modern production, it's very easy for bands to fall into the trap of presets and just everything sounding stale. But they seem to have managed to avoid that with modern production. There's a real nice, soulful and atmospheric feel to this track, but still with that modern production sound.
There's a storm unfurling through the skies. In the war I'm losing in my mind.
The Halo effect up next, and I have to say it's been really nice to see the level of commitment that has been put to this band, of course featuring various different members of In Flames and of course Dark Tranquillity. When the band launched, it was perhaps not quite known how far they would take it. Would it just be a bit of a side project and something that they would pick up here and there? But as I say, there's been a real full commitment to this band. They've got another new album coming out in January called March of the Unheard. And this is just mellow death heaven. Alright, next up is a band that just came up in my YouTube feed and was a real nice pleasant surprise. No idea where the band is from, doesn't say in their bio, so I'm assuming they're from somewhere on planet Earth, but who knows, maybe they're aliens. Anyway, the band is called Gore, and I've been watching quite a few Rick Beato videos recently where he's talking about production. I've always been interested in something called the loudness war, everyone just competing with each other and things just getting louder and louder and louder, and the whole essence of production and dynamic range really getting lost, and that is very, very prevalent in rock and heavy metal in 2024. Now, undoubtedly, there are moments of that with this band, and certainly you can hear those elements and sounds of dynamic range, which is really, really nice. I see a lot of outlets describing them as metalcore, and there are other tracks that do sound more in that vein, but I think it really does a massive disservice to label this band as metalcore because there's a lot more going on. And the final recommendation for this week is a band who have just announced they've signed to Sharp Tone Records. Massive shout out to those guys. Great label who work with some fantastic artists. They've had some huge releases over the past few years. So these guys are from Alabama. They're called No Cure. And the thing that I love about this is just the head-on collision between, say, old-school Slayer-style thrash riffs and modern metal. It just works so well. That's all for this week. If you enjoyed this video and like these recommendations, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to help support the channel. And we do play these sorts of bands 24/7 over on our radio station if you want to check that out as well. That is just primordialradio.com.